What's going on? Can y'all hear me out there? What's good? What's good? Thank you. It's 5 people. That was just a quick music screen, real quick. What's going on, people? Thank y'all for joining me. I'm thinking, because I was bobbing my head, maybe I should start doing reaction videos to these soundtracks. I just put, once again, if people don't know this, all this music has been brought to you by YouTube. If you are a content creator, can y'all hear me out there? I'm sorry. Can I get a 1, 2? It's 4 people in the building. Can y'all hear me? Make sure I can hear you. Okay. Okay. Let me see. This ain't that ain't too bad. Okay, thank y'all for pulling up. I got some videos. I was, of course, being lazy. Somebody told me I could just make money from posting videos. And I figured I might as well get a YouTube soundtrack, right? Throw a little music. Okay, we can hear each other. See if I can move it. But thank y'all for joining me. I got some videos, but like I said, I was just being lazy. And I decided to just chill out for a minute. But I'm messing around in the YouTube. I mean, in this Evil Mud studio again. And I got a couple pre-recorded videos. I want to see how the studio work. So I just recorded a couple videos. See how it goes. And I'm just gonna transition into those videos. If you guys want to watch them, is that cool? You guys want to watch them real quick? Like maybe 6, 7 minutes. Hold on, let me try and put it down. Thank you guys once again for pulling through. We're gonna switch it up. This is a crucial time. This is what I have on my head. All right, bear with me, y'all. We'll transition. What is going on, everybody? Thank y'all for pulling up. Of course, we're staying on the. You know what? There's a lot of things going on in the YouTube streets, but I'm gonna start focusing on politics. I think more so. We're gonna call it maybe politics with moron or something like that. But nevertheless, I'm working that out in the back of my head. But thank y'all for coming up. Let's share real quick. We're gonna watch this little John Bolton interview real quick. As of course he's talking about Trump. I think that's gonna be the number one political story for the next at least 6, 7 months. I think, especially every time he goes in front of the judge or a new indictment is upon him, which could be coming up shortly. I know he has one in Atlanta, and I think the DC case. I think that one in Georgia is the strongest. But of course, we're gonna talk about the first one, the porn star payoff. Let's get to it real quick. Second, here we go. Here we go. Fair use. Fair use.
Served as National Security Advisor under former President Trump. Good to have you here.
Glad to be back.
So, as we were just discussing, Republicans seem to be avoiding explicitly defending Mr. Trump's actions and instead attacking the district attorney of Manhattan. But we don't know the details of these charges. We won't until Tuesday, if then. Don't you see there being a danger for Republicans to do that because they are still aligning themselves with the former president, who I know you are sharply critical of?
Yeah, I think it's a big mistake politically for Republicans to do that. And I think it's important to stress that in this case that involves hush money to a porn star to cover up an.
You know what I'm saying? That's it right there. Like, you cannot be a viable I know, I know the MAGAs, they love Trump, and I dig it. You want to be loyal to him, and, he thinks he has, but a presidential race isn't just about Republicans voting. You have to get, a lot of moderates and independents, for real, and maybe even some Democrats too. And think how many Republicans ain't gonna really want to deal with that. He's kind of cold to him now. Let's continue though.
An affair, that later involves cooking his company's books. You have not heard a single Trump defender stand up and say, oh, that's not the Donald Trump I know. And it goes to the question of character and fitness for the presidency. I think that Trump's obviously trying to attack the prosecutor, and his supporters are following that. Look, prosecutors have broad discretion, and they should, but they don't have unlimited discretion. If Trump thinks there's prosecutorial misconduct here, violating the laws, violating the prosecutor or lawyer.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. I think a lot of his supporters keep getting, I won't say caught up in, or they might just be forgetting that he's not the president anymore. He's a average citizen. So, I mean, the rule has been not to prosecute a president while he's the president. So initially they couldn't prosecute. I know a lot of people going to say that. And like I said, I think this is the weakest case, in my opinion, to take to court. But I understand it's a politic game, so why wouldn't they throw that? You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of like the weakest one. They, just throwing the reel in the water, see what they kind of catch. And now next time when they throw the real out there, they're going to know what you know what I'm saying, avoid and go right to. But let's continue.
Lawyers' ethical obligations. He has plenty of opportunities to raise that. But if he can't show that Alvin Bragg has violated the law or violated the ethics rules that are applicable, then he's got to run his own chances. And to my mind, there is a kind of rough justice here, because it's deeply ironic that a person who spent a good part of his 4 years in the White House trying to weaponize the Justice Department against his political enemies is now saying he's the victim of persecution. It's sort of what comes around goes around, Mr. Trump.
So you agree that the Justice Department...
And John Bolton used to work for President Trump. So this is very interesting, this take. So of course some people are going to say he's doing this out of jealousy, but the one thing I will say about this dude, he is a jerk, but he's factual, man. He is factual, especially when it comes to like America and issues. He doesn't play that, because I'm a Republican, I'm going to side with the Republicans no matter what they do. No, you mess up, he going to call you out.
Was weaponized under the Trump administration?
I can attest to it personally. I don't need to look at other stories.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when Trump and his lawyers in the White House and in the Justice Department brought both a civil and a criminal case against me for publishing a book that didn't go through the pre-publication review process when they know that it had been cleared in the regular order, that is abusing the Justice Department, and there are plenty of other examples besides.
Well, you brought up your book. In it, you talk about President Trump being obsessed with media coverage of his former attorney, Michael Cohen, who's now very much at the heart of this trial, case, and who was on trial himself. And you said it was a big distraction in the midst of the trip to Hanoi, where the former president was negotiating with Kim.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean with, your man's Trump, man. He got a lot of baggage going for him. Well, not going for him, but going against him, man. It's going to be a lot of stuff that weighs against him in these next couple of months. And it's just going to come out slowly. And they're going, you know what I'm saying? Every couple of weeks, they're going to drop something else. And he's not going to be a viable candidate. And at a certain point, why wouldn't other Republicans start using it to their advantage? You dig what I'm saying? But we're going to switch it up. Yo, I'm trying something new. I'm going to try and go live. But I'm going to try and do like 4 or 7-minute scenes and see how it's going, and then we're going to do it that. So we're going to jump into the next thing. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Hopefully you'll catch me in like 3, 2, 1. All right. And that's that one. We're right back. Let's see how it went. Nice transition. Hopefully it's so said. Thank you guys. This is we're going to jump back on the CBS morning news about the alleged payoff. He is the lawyer that paid
nuclear security.
Porn
He was
star
obsessed with the Cohen case. Do you look
and then
at
Trump
that
paid him back
differently
in
now?
I think
Do you
over
think
11
there
year
was
period.
a real
But
reason
we'll
to
listen.
be worried, or was it just a
Making
PR
news
news
this weekend. He's expected to surrender to New York authorities Tuesday on charges related to hush money paid to adults.
I mean, just think about that though. Money on YouTube.
Well, I
He
think
paid you know what I'm saying? Paid a cheap quiet about that. It's like you the lady down there with the
appropriately
John F. Kennedy didn't have to pay Marilyn Monroe to be quiet about having a verse. She knew how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but John F. Kennedy, president, he have a little more swag. But I'm saying, man, you supposed to Donald Trump. You ain't.
Well, I mean, the timetable for this goes right into 2024.
You see what I'm saying? You see how they playing it? Like, this case isn't going to be like finished in 3-6 months. It's going to wear out. It's going. I don't say wear out, but it's going to be drawn out until the election or until 2024. And that's going to be the start of elections, the campaign season. So how is he going to become the nominee? Let alone the president? Like I'm saying,
a mugshot and be fingerprinted all as protesters gather outside.
We'll see whether Trump runs before.
Okay, guys, we're having technical difficulties right there. It was going so good too. I swear I hit the pause, but man, so I must have had both of them playing while I was recording. Oh man, all that work for nothing. And that was the second little one that was gonna end it. But I was just checking it out, just seeing how it worked. But I see what I messed up on. See, just a little dry run of things to come. That's all. That's all. But we're gonna try and keep the politicking with more Ron coming up, man. Hopefully, we still got a few folks in the building, man. I appreciate y'all so much for pulling up on me. But it's Sunday and I gotta get ready for the work week. But we might do a little music one later, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all have a good rest of your afternoon, and hopefully I'll talk to y'all later. Check out the short CMB. #CMB, #We All We Got, man. Y'all have a good afternoon. Peace.